Okay. And we are back. I was live this morning. We broadcasted when 2 people were arrested. It's now being announced a 3rd person has just been arrested for the church protest. We're also being told that Don Lemon, the DOJ is wanting to arrest him or charge him, but a judge apparently has blocked that, so we're still waiting on information about that. Again, we are just finding this out like minutes ago. I also cannot see the chat right now. For some reason on YouTube, the chat is kind of blocked out. So if you guys are just joining and you're watching this posted video, make sure to please like the video. Make sure to please subscribe, leave your comments. We've been keeping on top of this every single morning, every single day. I don't want you guys to miss a thing. Let's get to Kash Patel. Again, if you guys are joining the live stream chat, it's a little hard for me to read because for some reason it's not working on my end. So let me pull it up on my phone for you guys. So a 3rd subject has been arrested. Sorry about that. 3rd subject has now been arrested connected to targeting City's Church in Minneapolis Sunday. There we go. Now we're good. William Kelly is now in custody. Not sure who that is, to be honest with you. Again, make sure you guys are please liking, subscribing, so everyone can see what's happening here. We can only get it done with you guys. William Kelly. Is that this guy? Is that the woke farmer guy?
My name is William Kelly.
That's him. It happened. All right. It officially happened. I ought to change my thumbnail to put him on there. Yep, that's him. Yeah.
10 Christians, all these comfortable white people.
Now, I'm just going to say what everybody else has been saying. Again, you are innocent until proven guilty. But if there was one person everyone was name dropping, it was this man right here. To include the Trump administration. If you guys follow anything protesting or anything that has to do with like advocacy, I have seen, many of you have seen William in other videos in other cities. So, he's also known as the woke farmer, but his name is William Kelly. And I am not shocked at this one. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I was shocked at the other 2, the alleged leaders. I will look and see what the charges are here in a second, but if we need a reminder, let's just watch this real quick. And again, we'll get to what's happening with like Don Lemon. The news is apparently Pam Bondi is super upset because they want to arrest Don Lemon. They're not able to, but they can still charge him. It's a little confusing. A judge apparently has blocked that.
All these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No! Jesus would dine with immigrants. Do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Hey, you can't.
You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christian.
Yeah, so FBI has announced, if you're joining, he has been arrested. Now, Cam Higbee posted something. Again, his name is William. This was from Cam Higbee. Again, if you guys are joining, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to please subscribe, turn on your notifications. And once again, I did run to start this live stream, but I do have water this time. For those of you that are unaware, about an hour and a half ago. I did a live stream with no water or anything.
Yesterday, I went into a church with Nakima Armstrong and I protested these white supremacists. A pastor of the church is a fucking ICE leader in the city. How can you be a fucking pastor and be a fucking ICE agent? Fuck them.
Yeah, so that's that. Again, I am not shocked at all at this. Let me see if we have anything from Pam Bondi. Yep. Oh, yeah. She posted the video. And she said, okay. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this brings back the trust of Pam Bondi? Yes and yes. Is this what it took for Pam Bondi to regain some trust or hope with the right-leaning voters? Some people say no. Nope and never. I try to look at everything from all the different aspects here. Now, the other big news is, we'll get back to that. The other big news is, I'm sure you guys might be hearing this, is apparently a federal magistrate has refused to sign off on the DOJ's charges against Don Lemon, per multiple reports. Are you guys hearing about that? Yeah, this is all over right now. Refusing to sign the Department of Justice complaint, bringing charges against Don Lemon for his involvement in the raid on a Christian church in Minnesota. Now, to my knowledge and what I've been researching, that doesn't necessarily fully matter. Like, there can still be charges. But I am not going to pretend I am educated enough to know like what the other loopholes are or the legalities behind it. But apparently, there can still be a process to get you charged. Yeah, this is being reported everywhere, and apparently Pam Bondi is supposedly enraged. Everyone keeps saying enraged. Yeah, so now the question is, you know, what's going to happen next? How are these trials going to go? I don't know the exact, as far as the William guy, I don't know exactly what his charges are. Who's arrested? The man with the beard. The probably if there was one video that circulated the most, it had to be his POV camera. William Kelly. Let's see. Nah. I don't know what his charges are.
For? Who'd you vote for? Who'd you vote for? Who'd you vote for? Who'd you vote for, bud? Yeah, fuck you!
Yeah, so, again, sort of known for this. There's another video of him that went pretty viral as far as walking up to the National Guard members. So I am not surprised this happened at all. I mean, Pam Bondi even reposted his own video.
Constitution, you are fucking... Hello, babe. What's up?
Yeah, I'm not going to play that. Anyway, that's Ford Fisher's content if you guys want to go follow Ford Fisher. So, yeah. That's that. Now, as again, I guess the other one that the DOJ was hoping for was going to be Don Lemon. Now, I don't know if we're going to get a picture of William, the woke farmer, if we're going to see a picture of him. Like being arrested. Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to respect the language here for you guys. It's a bit ridiculous. Come on, kids are watching.
The disgraced former CNN host Don Lemon was part of the crowd that went into that church. He's suggesting that his interviews and cell phone video were part of journalism. There has been some suggestions as well that the DOJ would look at his behavior in that incident. He doesn't get a get out of jail free card because he's self-described as a journalist.
Which, by the way, that is becoming like the new thing because everybody is an independent journalist, in my opinion. I think there's been a lot of journalists who are using that card a little too loosely of, well, I'm a journalist, I'm media. And I'm sure you guys have been seeing that as well. Some journalists discrediting other journalists. So the term journalist really seems to be developing into something new. Like, some people might consider me a journalist. I don't think I'm that, but you guys know what I mean. Casey Cat, $5 donation, thank you. The DOJ says, although the magistrate judge declined the charges, they have other avenues. So there you go.
No, the freedom of the press extends to a lot of different areas. It does not extend to somebody just trespassing and being embedded with a group of rioters and being part of the group that storms inside of a church. So as our Assistant Attorney General said yesterday, we are absolutely investigating that conduct. And the fact that man, that Mr. Lemon, thought that was a good idea to do that and then to race away from it saying it was freedom of the press, well, we'll see. We'll see.
Wow. Now, here's the big question. Do you guys think there's going to be more protests? Do you think there's going to be more clashes because this happened? What do you guys think about that? Let's see if Mayor Fry said anything else. Yeah, his only response, the mayor, this is a gross abuse of power. So he hasn't changed anything. The federal government is picking and choosing who to investigate. Going after protesters and not the person who shot and killed one of our neighbors. I am calling for Nakima to be released immediately. For those of you who are unaware, Nakima was the, according to the DOJ, one of the main leaders of this protest. Now, there is a video. Let me pull that up real quick. Get her name right here.
Comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration.
All right. You guys have probably seen all of his clips by now. Did you guys see this clip, though? This is from Homeland Security. I don't know how to say her name. Chantel?
Lockup's in there. We'll bring her.
This is the second person who was arrested.
She'll stand off to the side. I know this only because I just did.
Whoa, we got an update. I apologize. We got the old breaking news update for you guys. This is what happens when we go live. We got the update. The moment a lot of you have probably been waiting for. We have the picture. That's him right there. Again, I am not surprised, but that is him. That is William. Again, you are innocent until proven guilty, of course, but here it is. From Secretary Kristi Noem, and Secretary Kristi Noem has already been saying this is going to happen. She said it 2 days ago. William Kelly is being charged with conspiracy to deprive rights, a federal crime, and violating the FACE Act, 18 U.S.C. 248, for his involvement in the St. Paul church riots. Oof. And thank you guys for joining. It means a lot to me that you're all here. Thank you for trusting me with this. And if you are new here, by the way, we actually do a scheduled show like every morning. So make sure to please subscribe. And I will be keeping you up to date with this. For sure. Yeah. Now, I mean, like, what do we expect, guys? His video circulated like crazy, so... yeah, that's pretty wild. Here it is. Now, like I said, the question I have is, are we going to see, like, a ton of protesters? You know, it's one thing to say I support these people, but then to actually be on the ground and do it, I have no idea. There it is. While we're here, might as well do that, right? Screenshot that. Okay, so I have another video for you guys.
And breaking this morning, 2 arrests in connection to that anti-ICE mob that broke into a church service on...
Not sure why it's frozen. Oh, yeah.
Them continued to pray in the face of all of that. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced the arrests a short time ago. And she had a warning, quote, "Listen loud and clear. We do not tolerate attacks on places of worship." Here's what she told Fox yesterday.
Religious liberty is under siege in our country right now, and we are not going anywhere until those people who did those acts are held accountable. Those people were terrified. A church was disrupted during a religious ceremony, and that's not going to happen.
Okay. Yeah, again, I see some of you guys commenting Don Lemon. If you guys are unaware, again, the news is apparently Don Lemon, he is on this list to be arrested, or at the very least charged, but it can't happen because a judge has blocked it. Again, we don't have any other details other than that.
Lockup's in there. We'll bring her in.
Now I'm wondering if we're going to see a video like this of William.
Stand off to the side. I know this only because I just did it once.
All right. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let's go to Bill real quick. Again, it is hard for me to read your comments. I apologize. It is not working on the side of my screen, but I am reading the comments on my phone. That's why I'm looking down and also making sure, see if we have any other updates. This is from Bill from Fox News. Breaking: William Kelly, a.k.a. the Woke Farmer, arrested by federal agents for his role in storming the church in St. Paul. He had previously told AG Pam Bondi in a video afterwards, "Come and get me, you traitorous you-know-what." He is now in federal custody and facing federal charges. I saw one of the comments say they left his hat on. Yep, they did leave his hat on, so. I'm really curious if they're going to play a video and see if he, like, reacts or responds to the video. We'll see. Yeah, it's getting real, man. It is getting real. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be playing a lot of his videos because of the cursing, and it's a little too much, to be honest with you guys.
We know that there is now 3 arrests because of the storming of a Minnesota church. Breaking right now, a third person, according to AG Pam Bondi, William Kelly, is now in custody. This comes after just hours ago, this woman, Nikema Levy Armstrong, who is a well-known civil rights activist in Minnesota, was also arrested. DOJ charging her in relation to the Ku Klux Klan Act. And another woman, Chantal Louisa Allen, who's a St. Paul school board member also. So we have 3 arrests. Jesse, I am going to stay with you.
And hey, they maintain their innocence. In the interviews before this, they kept saying we were welcomed inside of the church. So to give their side of the story, they are saying we were welcome in there, and then we started the protest.
They're being charged with 18 U.S.C. 241. This is clearly the Don Lemon incident. He has not been charged yet, but he was with Nakima moments before, where she overtly says in a clip that this is what we do. It's a clandestine operation. We go in and disrupt business as usual. That's what we're about to do. They went into a church, City's Church. Now they're being charged for it. Who's next to fall here? Will they also go after Don Lemon? And how serious are these charges against these three?
They're very serious charges. For years, left-wing prosecutors have used some of these same statutes to go after people, for instance, protesting at abortion clinics. But it equally applies to interfering with people, their right to worship for instance, in a church service. So these are very serious charges. I think that the proof is right there on video. This is, I believe, a very open and shut case. You don't have a First Amendment right to go in and interrupt other people's worship services.
And again, we will see what happened. I think the last time a lot of people really didn't know what was going to happen as far as the judicial process was the Judge Hannah Dugan situation. I've been covering the judge in Wisconsin who was actually found guilty of the obstruction, not found guilty of conspiracy. And one of the main comments I kept getting was, is this actually true? Is this actually happening? So I don't know if it's because there's a lack of faith in the judicial process or it's because we're not used to ever seeing anything like this. You guys can let me know how you feel about it. But to my knowledge and my experience, the last time we saw like a shock and awe, like, whoa, this actually did happen, was that. Now with this, again, I'm getting the same sense of, okay, they've been arrested, they've been charged, now you got to go through the process. And by the way, for future context, the next really big moment is also going to be Congresswoman MacGyver. She's the next one who's going to be going through court for allegedly assaulting a Homeland Security officer. So we'll see what happens. Again, we've really been on this roller coaster of people being arrested, some people not being charged, others being charged. But as of right now, again, Don Lemon's name is being thrown out there. Don Lemon is not on X, so I don't have the ability to know what he's saying. And last I knew, he was live like 2 hours ago on YouTube. And I do suspect there's going to be a lot more people who are going to be arrested. Oh, the other point is this, is that the lines of communication, that might get leaked out also. So, like, let's say, there's an accusation out there that this guy is a well-known protester. He's around the United States. Well, now we might find out. Just because you see somebody in different areas of the country, you can safely say, yeah, either, he must either make a lot of money or something's going on here. He's able to afford the travel around the United States and protest. Well, now when this investigation goes down, we might see if there are lines of communication here. And that was a point done on Fox News. I'm not going to take credit for that. So we'll see. We shall see.
Bondi, you want to come and arrest me? You want to come and give me charges? So be it. And for all the people giving me death threats, threatening my life, kill me. Go ahead, kill me. Because
yeah, you guys have seen the video, so that happened. And yeah, JD Vance is currently now in Minnesota. I personally thought this was going to happen considering everybody's in Minnesota right now. And by everybody, I mean everybody. Like Pam Bondi, the vice president, 3,000 agents. And if you guys are unaware, there's another group of soldiers on standby in Fort Bragg who might possibly deploy to Minnesota if the call comes down. But we'll see if it does. See if Pam Bondi said anything. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Pam Bondi just saying, okay. Let's see if Harmeet Dillon said anything. Yes, as of right now, the judge has blocked the Don Lemon situation there. I am not educated enough to know the ins and outs of that. I'm going to be, I don't want to say anything wrong, so you guys might have to go to somebody else, like a lawyer or another streamer who would know about that, but... Well, let me see. I'm waiting to see if there's going to be a video of William. AG Harmeet has not talked about it. Him. That was the big one, in my opinion. That was the one a lot of people really wanted to... when I look at the comment sections, everybody was saying, William, you know, his video was surfacing everywhere. And this is the church update. William Kelly has been arrested. The church also said why your church needs a security team, Exhibit A. So again, the church has been very straightforward. They said they will be pressing charges, and they also said we have been telling them to leave our church when they were in there. Oof. Let's see what else we got. Trying to do this live for you guys. Again, another surprise live stream. Let's see if there's any... No one is really talking about Don Lemon either, by the way. Like, I'm not seeing too much response from... any other advocates or lawmakers. Lawmakers right now are dealing with the fact of trying to figure out if the budget is going to get passed for Homeland Security and some other things. So we're not going to be hearing too much about this. CNN did do an article about him, but they weren't like, I would say, sticking up for him. It was more so just talking about it.
And I do want to correct something that was said in the beginning. We did not rush into that church. We actually went and sat down and participated in the service. And after the pastor prayed, that is when I stood up and asked him a question in response to his prayer. And then he responded to me. And then I proceeded to ask him about Pastor David Easterwood and how is it possible for him to serve as both a pastor and the director of ICE for Minnesota.
There you go. So be prepared to hear that a lot, most likely. Man, that is quite a day today. Not seeing much else for you guys. Again, that is not a real video. Unfortunately, people post stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know who else. Again, the other really big story is going to be the Don Lemon story. That is like the fourth person. Apparently, he was supposed to be arrested, so... What do you guys think? You think he's going to get charged? I think he'll get charged, but as far as like this whole making a thing out of it, I don't know about that. A lot of people thought he was going to get arrested when he was live. All right, well, that is pretty much it. I don't want to waste your guys' time. I know some of you are probably preparing for a snowstorm. Yeah, so like I told you guys, when we hear big news, I go live, so turn on your notifications. Make sure to like the video. Man, I think Pam Bondi's on her redemption arc, but again, you never know what could happen. Some people are really liking this. Some people are skeptical. I am still looking for reactions, guys. It is very... One thing I love to do is find the reactions. And I am not able to find a lot of them as far as how people feel about this. The only one is the mayor of Minneapolis. I don't even have anything from the governor here. And the mayor of St. Paul never really says much to begin with. But there's going to be other people arrested, in my opinion, for sure. But these are the most high profile, without a doubt. These are the high profile ones.
Comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration Latino communities. Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos. Quit ignoring this injustice.
Yeah, okay, so that's that. He has been arrested, and I will keep you guys up to date. If anything happens with Don Lemon or others, you know, I might go live again. But turn on your notifications. Make sure to please subscribe. We do a daily morning show with relevant updates and more details and facts than this. This was very out of nowhere. So, yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it. Thank you guys so much for being here. I always try to be as fair as possible, and please pray for peace. Again, my disclaimer... You are innocent until proven guilty. Let us remember that. But as many of you are aware, a lot of this is on camera, and a lot of people are, you know, I think a lot of people were questioning why this took so long, but we'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys again for everything, and please pray for peace. We need that right now. Yeah.